Hello, Bacon Academy. I'm Brianna Alessio.
And I'm Emily Gagnon, and this is the Bacon Academy Student News.
In world news, Germany allows indeterminate gender at birth. If a baby is born with characteristics of both male and female, they will be categorized as intersex people. Sometimes surgery is done on the baby to turn its physical characteristics as far as possible in one direction or the other, but these surgeries will be stopped now that the law is in place. It will remain unclear what the effects of this law will do to marriages and partnerships in Germany. A 21-year-old South African man was found guilty of raping and brutally murdering a 17-year-old girl. He has been sentenced to a 2-life term in prison. The assault is described as shocking, cruel, and most inhumane after her body was found at a construction site near her house. Before she died that night in the hospital, she informed officials that 5 or 6 men had been involved in the attack. The man remains in custody, and the case was postponed until the 27th of November to allow for further investigation. Israeli aircrafts have decided to strike near the Syrian coastal city of Latakia. The strike targeted Russian-made missiles. The Lebanese militant group Hezbollah took place from Wednesday night through Thursday morning. Reports of the strike came as the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons said all Syria's declared equipment for making chemical weapons must be destroyed, and they have until mid-2014 to destroy the chemical weapons themselves. A drug smuggling tunnel with ventilation, electricity, and a rail system was found connecting San Diego, California, and Tijuana, Mexico. Authorities found more than 8 tons of marijuana and 325 pounds of cocaine. It was described as a just completed, highly sophisticated underground passageway according to the ICE statement. This is the 8th drug tunnel discovered connecting the U.S. and Mexico since 2006.
In national news, a man from Manhattan, Kansas left his home unexpectedly and ceased to return. 24 hours after he went missing, his family called to report that he was gone. Officials from the Oneida Indian Nation came forward to protest the Washington Redskins NFL team. Oneida Nation has written multiple letters to the National Football League explaining how offensive the term Redskins is to Native Americans. They've organized a meeting with NFL representatives to argue with this issue. They demand that this racial slur be removed from the Football League. Washington Redskins owner Daniel Snyder says the name is a badge of honor and it will not be changed. New York City has voted to raise the legal age for purchasing tobacco from 18 to 21. This law will go into effect 6 months after the mayor, Michael Bloomberg, signs it. Many other states are considering following this suit. 50% of smokers begin smoking daily before the age of 18. Many anti-smoking advocates believe raising the age will decrease the amount of young adult smokers. Others believe this ban will influence smuggling cigarettes and tobacco street sales.
In state news, Killingly voters can now vote for changes to the town's charter. The poll will consist of 4 charter amendment questions, 2 of which have the ability to change the town's political and law enforcement climate. One of these questions focuses on whether to modify how town council members are elected. A Connecticut couple were arrested on Wednesday for using an electric shock collar meant for dogs on their child. Eduardo Montez, 43, and his wife Paula, 34, used the collar to discipline their 9-year-old daughter when she misbehaved. Eduardo Montez is being held on $250,000 bond charges, including third-degree assault, risk of injury to a child, and cruelty. Neither Eduardo or Paula Montez have posted bail, and both remain in police custody. Connecticut's new gun law has caused some confusion and frustration amongst the state's residents. The new law requires people to get an ammunition certificate to purchase magazines or bullets. This became a requirement on the 1st of November, and the cost is $35. This certificate, however, does not allow a person to buy a firearm. That requires a separate certificate. It's mostly the old-timers. They've been shooting for so long they don't understand why they need one, said a man who works at the Grouse Perch Outdoor Store in Old Saybrook. There was a car crash on the 30th of November, killing Yvette Amare, 42, Pedro Dupre, 24, and Ramon Ruiz, 30, at 3 o'clock a.m. when a Honda Civic hit a concrete bridge support on Rose Hill Road. Amaro's daughter, Andrea Caraballo, 20, was later pronounced dead at Middlesex Hospital Her other daughter, Juniaris, was still in critical condition on Saturday.
And now, in Bacon news, to help parents better understand their college funding options, the Bacon Academy School Counseling Department is having a financial aid night on Wednesday, November 6th at 6:30 p.m. Financial advisor Craig Breitshaper to speak to parents about how the financial aid system works and strategies you can use to help make college affordable. The deadline to register for Ski Club is November 14th, and the first ski trip will be held Friday, January 3rd from 2:30 p.m. to around 9:30 p.m. The Colchester Hayward Volunteer Fire Company is working to build a museum detailing the 150 years of its firefighters' work. The company wants to use an old firehouse in town, which is currently an abandoned building, to display the equipment such as an 1854 Hunman hand pumper and a restored Federal engine from 1936. Also, in Colchester news, the winners were announced for Colchester's annual Scarecrow contest. Galaxy Youth Cheer Crows won first place in the funniest category. Colchester Homeschool's Welcome to the Bates Motel took first in the scariest category, while Phoenix Construction's Sleepy Hollow won most creative. All winners took home a $100 gift card. That's all for today.
And thank you for watching the Bacon Academy Student News.